guys, welcome back to the channel. So I thought it would be best to do a second review update on the Xupermask. I just went to the Dominican Republic for a whole month, and I just wanted to talk to you about my experience from going inside the airport to off the airport to using a mask. And I wanted to talk to you about, my experience with it, and, hopefully the team at Xupermask, listen to my feedback. So I just thought I'll talk to you guys about it. So I went to the airport. As I told you in my last video, if you haven't checked it out, I'll post the link. Xupermask does give you a extra mask because going through TSA, you do have to remove the mask. I often found myself, I had the mask on, and then when I was in line, I took it off. And then when you have to go through the metal detectors, you need to put on a mask because you have to take your mask off, and then you have to put it back on your head. Now it's heavy it gets heavy when you're hanging it on your neck. Depending on where you're flying, flight attendants, before you get on the plane, there's like the little bitty attendants, or I don't know what their titles are called, but they're like the people that stands at the booth before you go into the actual plane. I had a couple situations where they told me to remove the mask and put on another mask. And then when I got on the plane, I never had a problem with wearing a mask on the plane. But before I got on it, usually at that gate, they would tell me to take it off going on the plane. So it was like so with the mask. I ran into the situation while traveling to the Dominican Republic. Now, when I went to the DR, the mask is just it's super hot. I also did not wear the mask out of fear of, standing out as in America, they call Americans gringos, but just standing out as a tourist, it kind of just looked a little odd, walking around with a $1,000 mask in a third world country. So I didn't wear the mask as much because I didn't want to attract so much attention. I found myself. I did wear it some days, but I just didn't wear it all the time, okay? Now I just felt like as well, it was just super hot. Even though you have the air filters, the straps just left a lot of, marks, and it was just yucky on my face with all the lotion and stuff that I put on and stuff like that as well. So that's something very important to remember. So when I was on the plane, one thing I guess I did not like, you cannot hook your mask up to the plane when you're watching movies. Luckily enough, the airplane, like the flight attendants, they give you headphones, but I wish that there was some type, spending $300 on a face mask, you would hope that there's like a hole injector inside where, like a outlet plug that you can connect to the airplane so you don't have to take your mask off. I think, man, it's crazy that I'm giving these reviews now, because the sad thing is, I know that Xupermask are gonna make all of these updates, and I won't be able to get a new mask. Xupermask, give me a new mask. Give me a new mask, will.i.am. Come on, man. So I just know they're gonna make all these updates, man. Look, also, I just feel like I strongly believe that the mask is gonna be thinner for some odd reason. I know that with all of the technology and stuff like that, that's probably why it's so big. It could have potentially been rushed, and but something tells me that the mask is gonna get thinner and more slicker and smoother. I think it's gonna be, because I wish it was a little smaller. It is heavy after a while when you're taking your mask on and off, on and off. One thing I will say, I guess it is uncomfortable going through an airport with the mask. It's just really uncomfortable. But it is that wow factor. Kids love it. People are staring, when you have the lights on and stuff like that. The battery does last long. It definitely lasts long as well. So that is another factor. But it's also just, so one of the things that I didn't even think about this, and you won't start thinking about stuff until you start using the mask. So situations like, I was working at a co-working space, and you had to wear a mask constantly around the office. So I worked inside a little office, inside the co-working office, but often I would have to put my mask on when I would have to go to the bathroom or get coffee or just run out of the building or walk around real quick. And it just felt like, I don't know, it just felt time consuming to always have to do this every time I wanted to go to the bathroom. I have to, and then you have to take it off. You have to put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. And it's very, it's just a lot. It just felt like it was a lot to do compared to putting on like one of those thin ass masks. If you just do that, it just was a lot more work putting this on and off just to go to the bathroom. So it wasn't convenient in a sense. It's a cool mask. I love it. I love the ideal, but it's just a lot of things that you don't think about but until you start actually using the mask in so many ways. But I do feel like, you know, being with COVID going on, I think a lot of people what Xupermask probably don't realize. I mean, I think it's cool. Everyone wants to look fashionable and wear a face mask. But I personally think that a lot of people are buying the mask for traveling reasons. You know what I mean? And I feel that the mask has not adapting to our traveling needs as much as it should just yet. And maybe, and it's probably so many other things that I'm not even thinking about as far as traveling that, you know, that we will need. But I feel that, you know, the Xupermask, I hope that it does work towards getting FDA approved and being acknowledged inside of a airport, because it's just time consuming. You know, like, you know, I spent $400 on this face mask. I want to wear my mask, you know, plain and simple. So I do hope that there is a strategy or a plan that's helping the mask get FDA approved, or, you know, or some type of acknowledgement or recognition inside of an airport, you know, that would be nice. Depending on where you go as well, the mask can scare some people because they don't see stuff like it. But I still was getting compliments here and there for sure. Like, I definitely still was getting, it's a conversation starter. I think I've told you guys this. It is a conversation starter, but it's just the convenience of like not being able to use it while traveling. It's one of those things where I'm just like, man, I don't really know if it's gonna be worth the money moving forward. I also like, it's cool as well. It's a cool concept to work out in, but I don't know, like, I think I've tried to jog so far in it, but I don't know if it's the best work mask to work out in as well, because you're sweating and you got the mask that's clenched up against your face, and it's just a lot going on, you know. So it's cool. It's a cool, like, it's very cool and it's fun. But I don't know if this is like, if I would feel comfortable working out in this for hours and hours as well throughout the day. But I was just thinking about a lot of things of the inconvenience. Look, guys, that's just my review. It's so much more, you know, that I guess I'm going to be talking about. I am moving again, so I will try to make an updated video about my experience, you know. But just so you guys know, if you are traveling, you probably want to bring your own headphones, or their airline's going to give you headphones. And, you know, the great thing is, though, about the mask, that it has these hold factors, so you can still put the headphones in your ear and wear your mask, but it's a lot going on. Like, you got your mask on, then you got the headphones, and then when you go to the bathroom, you got to take the headphones out and put them in, tuck them in, and it's just a lot going on, you know, in front of you. And I don't like a lot of things going on, man, when I'm on a plane. I like it to be simple and easy and convenient at the end of the day. You know, and I wish airplanes have more of a Bluetooth system or a Bluetooth set, but I don't think that's something that's gonna really change at all, or down the line at all. So, you know, it's gonna take time, guys. So look, comment below. Tell me what you like about the mask. If you got the mask right now, what are some of the pros? What are some of the cons? I'm curious to hear your thoughts as well. Listen, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. Can't wait to talk to you guys soon, all right?